We are waiting for an official word to come in from the ICC as far as the misadventures and misdemeanor of India women's team captain Harmanpreet Kaur in that third ODI between India and Bangladesh that took place was to come, and now the ICC has made a formal announcement. We here at Sports Day just about 12 hours back broke the story to you here only. We told you that the announcement would happen in 24 hours time, and that announcement has now been made. Harmanpreet Kaur has been handed a 2-match suspension for breaching the code of conduct in that match that we just talked about. So Harmanpreet Kaur misses out on the next 2 games. That's what the ICC has said in a press release. 4 demerit points have been given to her, and we'll be talking about both the instances and be also telling you the breakup of those 4 demerit points. But overall, a 75% match fee deduction as well for Harmanpreet Kaur.
Yes, and when we're looking at Harmanpreet Kaur's the reprimands that have been given to Harmanpreet Kaur, I think it is still a little too less for the kind of outbursts that she had, smashing the stumps, engaging in a very aggressive verbal spat with the on-field umpires, and then in the post-match presentation she was very, she did not shy away from expressing her disappointment with the umpiring standards, and then I think the one thing that sparked a lot of debate was what she did during the post-match when the trophy was supposed to be shared and the captains were to come in and share the trophy.
All of that being put together is why you see 4 demerit points being given to Harmanpreet Kaur. Let me tell you about the 2 instances and what the breakup of those 4 demerit points also is. So 3 demerit points for her act of knocking the stumps off after she was arguably given out in almost controversial circumstances. She felt she was not out, and in anger she then hit the stump. So 3 demerit points for that particular act and a 50% match fee deduction for that particular instance. So that is instance number 1. Now we're looking at 4 demerit points. You'd ask what the 4th point is for. The 4th point is, as Gargi was pointing out, for publicly criticizing the match officials. You can go ahead and make your feelings known to the administration and to the stakeholders and the umpires, but there is a proper process that you have to take. You can file a written application, submit it with the match referee. All of that could have been done, but Harmanpreet Kaur decided to take the other way, the uglier way, let's say, and then publicly criticize the match officials. For that reason, she's been handed 1 demerit point and a 25% fee reduction, match fee reduction for Harmanpreet Kaur. So that was the breakup of Harmanpreet Kaur's demerit points and the match fee deduction. So this is what primarily has been made official now by the ICC. But we'll also tell you a little more about the official rule as well, as far as what the ICC rule is concerned. So this is what the ICC charter says when it comes to misdemeanor and the breach of the code of conduct. Now the ICC rule says that 4 or more demerit points within a 24-month period, they are converted into 2 suspension points, and that's exactly what has happened with Harmanpreet Kaur here. So she's already been given 4 demerit points, not happening in 24 months, happening over 24 hours, you would say. And what does the rule then say? It says that between 4 to 7 demerit points, if a player accumulates, then that translates into suspension points, and whatever is earlier, 1 test, 2 ODIs or 2 T20Is, that is what then the player will have to face. And in Harmanpreet Kaur's case, it turns out to be that the Asian Games, which will start on the 19th of September, it turns out she will miss out on those 2 games. Gargi will now be talking you through the 2 games that she will possibly be missing out on.
I mean, when we look at it, the biggest loss that it is not Harmanpreet Kaur that is facing the biggest loss. I think it is the Indian women's cricket team that will be facing a big loss, because we've been looking at Asian Games and this is the very first inclusion of women's cricket into the tournament, and this was supposed to be a big event for Indian women's cricket, since a lot has been happening. So much growth and development has been brought into Indian women's cricket infrastructure, but then something like this happens and we end up losing our captain, one of our main players, one of our senior players. So that is a shame that that will happen, because she is a key player, and her absence will really strike a lot of I think we're going to lose
Absolutely, it changes the playing 11 for starters. It changes the playing 11. You've lost your captain, so you're looking at other alternatives now. So the playing 11 will change. And of course, what now eventually will happen is that she will now be missing out on the quarter-final game as well as the semi-final game of the Asian Games, which start, as I said, on the 19th of September. Very quickly, I'll tell you why the quarter-final and the semi-final, not the other group games, because the Indian women's team, by virtue of their ranking in the ICC rankings, they have secured direct qualification into the quarter-finals. So if India win this particular match and are eligible to play in the semi-final, Harmanpreet Kaur will end up missing both of those matches. So that was as far as this whole development around Harmanpreet Kaur's outburst is concerned. We could see these sanctions coming, and exactly what we told you has now happened, and the ICC has formally announced those demerit points. The match fee deduction has also been given, a 75% reduction of match fees for Harmanpreet Kaur. She could have challenged it, but then she admitted to the breach of offences with the match referee, and those sanctions have now been accepted by her. Stay tuned to Sports Today. It's a developing story. We will keep you updated with everything that